I don't think I've ever done any kind of sit-down talk with you about my indoor garden before. I don't know how pink everything is right now. I'm pretty much living in pink. I did get some more tomatoes. I think I have 4 now. But because my Venus flytrap was looking like it wasn't doing well, I decided to look it up and find out what is it that this needs and what is it that I'm not doing right. You only to find out it's not even a tropical plant. It's like a swamp plant. And it goes through a dormancy period, and well, I'll get into all that as I go, because I also found that thing I call a fire stick, it's not a fire stick. It's just what my grandchildren called it when they gave it to me. It's a bromide. I'll have the name for you when I break it apart for you and show you how to take care of this plant. Because if I hadn't started looking up all the plants that I have, I wouldn't have known that their life cycle was about to end. And I would have thought I did something terribly wrong. And because I water them and they're shaped funny, the water ends up hanging out inside of them. And in pineapple too, which is wonderful because that's the way you're supposed to water them. They have like little cups inside. So I've kept it alive, and I have 2 what they call little pups. And I am going to break it apart for you because I have to repot it. And unfortunately, they only live once. So that little fire stick, he's about tuckered out. And I'm going to have to take them apart and take the little pups apart. And that's what they're called, shoots I call them. And put them in separate containers. There's 2. So I'll be doing little stuff like that and giving you little hints and tricks and stuff on the plants that I have and the stuff that I've learned. It was just an experiment. I didn't even know if it would work. But I figured if people could grow cannabis in their house, then there's no reason in the world why I can't grow a tomato plant. Now granted, that's not an intent. I don't even think it would fit in one. And I've made mistakes, but it was a fun experience, and I'm still having the experience. And I keep looking because it's over there. But my whole house is about to change because I'm going to redo it in an Italian villa theme and make my own little pillars to set my little plants on top of, so that my whole house is going to be pink. There's nothing I can do about that. But each plant has a different requirement, and those lights, you can't rely on what those lights say, what the specs say. Sometimes you can't even rely on the sheets they give you on their testing. The one that I have for the tomato is pretty much good for the tomato. I'm trying to make it accommodate everything else, as you would in the sun in your garden when you layer, front to back. That's why I have all that supplemental lighting going on, and I'm going to put in some strip lighting along the walls so that at least it has some side light that's coming in. I may do a comparison with the fertilizer. I'm not too sure. It's a fertilizer that my son sells, but I cannot see paying hundreds of dollars for a fertilizer to grow tomatoes. Miracle-Gro seems to be fine, but I might see if there's a huge difference. I mean, I just can't see hundreds of dollars of difference in tomatoes, but we'll see. I don't know, but I'm going to start doing little things like that, and I'm not a master gardener. A lot of times I end up crediting a lot of people in my description below, because that's where I learned it from. Or I learned this trick, or I learned that trick. And I found that a lot of these plants that I have are actual air plants. They're actually plants that don't even need to be in soil. So if I really wanted to, I can wrap them up on something and hang them on the wall so they get the light from there. They're all very interesting. That's all. I never really introduced myself. I just talked to you from behind the camera in pink. So I'll come back. I have to separate that one plant out, my fire stick. And it's not really a fire stick. If you look up fire stick, you'll see a totally different plant. I'll explain exactly what the plant is when I do it, as well as show you the name of it on the little tag that comes with it. So until then, you have a good day, and I will as well. And I will be talking to you again very soon. Bye.